Hi guys, how we doing? So my chair has not dried yet fully yet, and I'm not taking a chance of breaking it apart again just to sand it down. So we're gonna wait on that. It's actually just right there beside. And let's go ahead and get the base coat on the watering can instead. It's never a terrible thing to have multiple projects going at once, right? I don't know if you guys saw, I did put up a good video of Deimos being cute out in the sun. He just decided to become a massive cat all of a sudden. He's definitely a little bit overweight. We might be spoiling him just a teeny tiny little bit, but, you know, can you blame us? He's been through some things, and it just seems only fair to make his life at least as good as we can. I have backed off the treats and stuff a little bit since he's like tripled in size, but that's only partially overweight. Some of it is he's just a very large cat. So I really debated what color to make this thing. I'm thinking a pretty sky blue for a base will be nice. I just have to actually create my pretty sky blue. Please pardon the birds having a meltdown in the background. They have been a lot today. That just happens sometimes. I think. Please pardon the working out in the shadows. I am doing stuff. It's just hard to get you guys at an angle where you can see it without messing with my tripod too much. My tripod has had a mind of its own here lately where it wants to adjust how it sits, so I try not to move it around too terribly much. But this is where we're at color-wise. It's a very simple, very pretty blue. And I really debated on different colors for this. And I think it probably needed a bigger brush, but that's okay. It's probably going to take a couple of coats, same as anything. I think I do need a much larger brush, though. Okay, that was a lot louder than it needed to be. For some reason, my cabinet decided to complain that I wanted to open it. But, you know, it happens. There we go. Zelda is just telling all of her opinions here. There we go. Still probably not big enough, but it is what it is. It's definitely long enough, isn't it? It is an insanely long brush. I don't know why some brushes feel the need to... They've made them so ridiculously long. I mean, I guess if you need to paint from a distance, but it's really hard to control if you don't get up reasonably close. Now, I'm not too worried about getting into the butterflies because I am going to individually paint them as well. So, we may get a little bit of overlap, but we're not going to go nuts about trying to make them perfectly blue. But I like that color, and I think it's going to be pretty. And I'm planning on the thing that it's going to look like it's dumping into, I'm planning on have a wood look. So I think the blue will be pretty against that. Now here's my question for you guys. I know getting anybody to comment anything is almost impossible, but let's try. Should we put more details to show during the day, like maybe flowers or some painted on butterflies? Or do we stick with just blue and then paint the butterflies themselves and call that good? I'm kind of torn. Both ideas make sense to me, so be happy to hear what your thoughts on that are. My partner has been so judgmental on himself for not being able to carve them perfectly exactly along the lines. But honestly, he did a much, much better job than I could have done. So I have zero complaints. I am very happy with how they turned out. And especially when you see with the light in them, which I don't know if we can pull that off here or not. I can try it though. Let's see. Stay. I'm going to grab my overhead light because it is nice and bright, but you can actually see he actually got them punched out very, very well, and I am thrilled with it, and I can't wait to actually get the fairy lights into it properly to make it just a whole thing. I was very sad at first that this did blow out on me this past winter, but honestly, I can't really be that upset about it because it did open me up to this new bit of yard art that is another thing that I've always wanted that I didn't want to spend the money on. And I always kind of tell people, if you're debating, should I just buy it or should I make it, look at your own budget and also look at what you have on hand. If what you have on hand and your ability to create it comes out budget-wise lower than what it costs to buy it, then absolutely have fun, go make it. If it's going to cost you more to make it and you don't think you're going to be able to get it to where you want it, there is no shame in buying the thing either. It's just personal preference. I like a project. I'm not super stressed over being perfect or anything like that, because to me it's more fun to have the story behind the thing. To be able to look out in my yard or in my house, depending on the particular project, and say and know that I did that. It's just like my gazing ball. My gazing ball is far from perfect, but I made that. And I saw something that I wanted to do, figured out how to do it on a reasonably budget conscious way, and I just kept at it. It took me a lot longer than I would have liked, and a lot of that was just simply second guessing myself, but we got it done, and it's now sitting out in my yard where I can actually see it from my bedroom window, which thrills me to death. It was nice to wake up and look out and see it sitting there shining in the sun this morning. So, I guess what I'm saying with that is do what is right for you in each scenario. Don't run yourself into debt trying to make something happen. Most things, even though there's 3 dozen expensive versions out there, usually there's a cheap one that's at least within reason, close to what we're trying to do. I happen to have most of the materials on hand to make this happen. The only things I'm going to have to buy is the lights themselves and a shepherd's hook to hang this on. I'm pricing and looking and debating which version I want to go with. So, and that's on each of those things. So I definitely want the lights to be solar, but I think I want to be able to basically string from the ground up for the lights coming out of it, because there's some really good ones that have a stake that goes in the ground for the solar piece. And I can hide that among flowers very, very easily. Excuse me. Where originally I was trying to figure out where to stick the solar panel on this thing. I'm just I like to shop it. I like to look at different options and figure out what fits my needs the best. And honestly, they're not that expensive. So I can be a little picky and shop around for which one I really want to use. But I am loving this color so far. I hope you guys are too. We have rounded one side of the piece. And if you notice, yes, the sides are not exact. They're more mirror image. That was unintentional, but kind of a neat thing. I really didn't plan on making it look any sort of way. I did use a different main butterfly on each side. But the little ones, those two seemed like they would be the easiest to punch out. And I didn't want to drive my poor partner completely out of his mind trying to get this thing punched out for me. So, he is amazing though. He actually went, because the main butterflies, he was really kind of having a hard time with the bits that he had. So he actually went out and bought bits specifically for this so that he could get in and get some of these little details. And I think there was there's one tiny hole on each butterfly, each of the small sides that he couldn't get. But I am not even a little, excuse me, teeny tiny little bit upset about that. My allergies just decided they were going to completely slam my nose shut, so if I sound a little pinched, don't judge me too hard. I really do think I picked the right color for this. Now, I don't know if you were wondering or not, but I don't intend to attach the bulbs, the lights to this even a little bit until after I've gotten it completely painted and clear coated. And that is just because I'm not looking to clear coat my lights. And I don't want to put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off. Once I get them put on, I want them to stay that way. I do actually intend on using fairly permanent measures to attach those lights. I'll take them out if I have to replace them, kind of thing, and that's about it. But I'm thinking by the time I have to replace those lights, I might be looking to redo the paint and stuff, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. There we go. I kind of debated if I wanted to keep the sprinkler head or take it off, but I think the sprinkler head will make a much easier surface to attach them to when we do put the lights. I haven't decided yet if we're going to attach them directly or if we're going to put hooks or something. It would be nice if the sprinkler head didn't try to detach itself while I'm in the process of painting it, but that's okay. Oops, sorry. I'll just, bop you guys with my paintbrush. No big deal, right? She's almost got her first layer. I'm just going to try something just out of curiosity. Yes. Second coat goes on nicely over. Okay. I'm just kind of popping this on where I see that it's a little too thin. I probably should have reprimered this thing, but I really just did not want to. To me, that is a whole valid reason. Outside of, like, major adult responsibilities, I think I don't want to is a completely valid reason not to do something. I mean, adult responsibilities, job, work, caring for pets or dependents, that's not something you can just, I don't want to out of. But doing a second coat of something you already did, when you can work around with other options, that's a viable reason to say I don't want to. Or time to say I don't want to, I should say. I just want to appreciate that sound for a second. There we go. Now we're going to do one more thing leaning over here. And that is just, once again, we're not going to actually go super deep in there painting, because that's just silly and a waste of paint, in my opinion. Now, my partner does have one more thing he's going to do for me with this before we completely call it done with the drilling. And that is, he is going to poke some holes in the bottom for me, just so that she doesn't hold water. Because the last thing I want to deal with is sitting water causing mosquitoes and things like that. That would just not be my idea of fun. So, yeah, he's going to take care of that for me. And that's something I don't really have to wait for him to do, because who's looking at that? You know. Oh, there we go. But all we have left to do is this handle, so I'm going to bring you guys up just a little bit there. We did miss a spot, didn't we? Some of these are at very strange angles, and it takes a minute to catch if I missed it a little bit. Oh. I don't know if I've just been back here a little while longer than I realized, or if it is the fact that I am not using my favorite chair. But I'm going to have to stop before long, because my back is actually killing me. And I think it's more the difference in the height of the chair than anything. But I could be wrong on that. I haven't been going that much longer than normal. Actually, we've done many, many videos much, much longer than this one. So I'm going to blame the chair and have a little whiny moment of, I want my chair back. But hopefully tomorrow we can get her sanded and at least primered so that I can start. I don't know if I want to paint her, just put it back to the purple, or if I want to do something different. I definitely do want to put at least another coat of primer on the seat. Just to help kind of work as a glue to make sure everything's nice and solid. Because I don't want to lose my chair again. I felt so bad for my partner. I think he really felt like it was his fault, but she's an old chair and I was lazy when I fixed her last time, so I literally threw some Gorilla Glue in there and called it a day. So I knew it was going to happen eventually. And I am no little teensy thing myself, so there we go. So she is blue. And tomorrow, I don't know if we'll end up working on this or my chair, but either way, we at least have this much done for now, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.